There has not been, in the history of humanity, across any culture, any book, any story, any fable, there has never been across the history of humanity any respect put on the name of a promiscuous female, ever. Ever. You name the biggest conquerors that you can possibly name from history. Genghis Khan, Alexander the Great, all of them. They all had 100 wives, bunch of children, Big G, conquered the world. Normal. That is normal evolutionary biology. That's how men are designed to be. There's never been a single female who's been celebrated for her promiscuity ever in history. It's always been frowned upon and disgusting. So yes, we are completely and utterly different. Yes, it's different if a woman cheats on a man. And if a man is at a complete top level of his life and ticks every single box, and if he decides to be loyal, which some do, and I can be loyal, and I have been loyal, but there's also times in my life where I think, fuck it, I don't want to be, and get a new girlfriend every single day of the week. I can do that, and I can decide to do that. If a woman decides to do the same, purely because her value is high enough to attract so many males, because she's beautiful, for example, it is completely different. And I'm going to explain to you why it's completely different, so buckle up. It's different. It's different. It's different. Well, I'll tell you why. It is impossible for a female to be promiscuous on a long enough period of time without devaluing herself, because she is fucking people she shouldn't be fucking. There is no way she is sleeping with endless men, and all of them are either high-value men or treating her the way she should be treated. If you find a woman who slept with 50, 100 dudes, she's either fucking dudes which aren't at her level or haven't worked hard enough to try and get the pussy. She was just too drunk to realize he's a loser who plays video games. Or she's fucking a top G who barely texts her back. So either way, she's fucking dudes she shouldn't be fucking, or a guy who's at the level who doesn't give her the right amount of attention. For a woman to find a guy who's truly on a level, who truly treats her the way she should be treated, that's once every couple years, if that. You ain't just gonna go out there fucking a new dude every week and say, yeah, he's worth pussy. Yeah, he treats me good enough to get my pussy. Da-da-da. And you know what's funny about the universe? It's actually beautiful about the universe because it's equal and opposite forces. When you devalue yourself, it's kind of like men can smell it on you. They can just look at a bitch and go, oh. And that's the way it works. So you have to be very careful as a female and sit and go, does this man truly deserve to fuck me? And if you think about it, the answer 99% of the time, especially if you're promiscuous, is no. So when a woman is sleeping around with all these men, she's devaluing herself. She's devaluing herself, and the world knows, God knows, the universe knows. When a man does it, he doesn't devalue himself at all. That's just the way it works.
Can I ask you a question? Wait, Esther, 1 second. Sir, may I ask you a question? What would you say if a woman now is married to 2 men?
Haram.
Why?
No, I'll tell you why. Let's talk about this. What is the difference between a man, let's say me, I have 4 wives, right? What's the difference between a man having 4 wives and a woman having 4 men?
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time.
You can impregnate the 4 wives at the same time, and we know who the parents are, right? So let's say you had 4 pregnancies, you know who the mother is because she's carrying the baby, and you know who the dad is, top G. If you had a woman with 4 men and she gets pregnant, who's the parents?
What about if...
No, I'm asking.
Okay,
do you know?
I ask, what if they're different races?
Answer
one white,
the
one black.
question.
You don't know.
Answer the question.
You don't know. Now, modern science can come along and maybe fix that for you, but that doesn't mean it's not wrong in the eyes of God. The idea of having a family, the idea of a child being born, one of the baselines for a new life to come onto this planet is for at least to understand who the 2 people who made it are, at least. If you have a woman fucking 4 dudes, you don't even know who got her pregnant.
So may I just say...
disgusting.
Wait.
Have you seen the twins that had 2 different dads?
Oh yeah, I saw that. May I just say something then? So if that is the case, yeah, if the one thing that you're meant to have is you, at least you know who the 2 people that put that child on earth are, then that's why promiscuity for men is also a problem, because they get women pregnant. Sometimes they don't even know they have children. That's haram, no? No,
it's completely different. It's different because you have to understand, I'm talking about humans. You look at humans from a societal perspective, but society has changed, right? So let's say 200-300 years ago, if a woman got pregnant, she needed a man to survive. If that man didn't take care of her during pregnancy, she was going to die. She couldn't work a job, she couldn't hunt, couldn't fish, whatever, right? A woman literally needed that man for survival. So if you were to come to me and say, I'm pregnant, but you've been fucked by 4 different dudes, I'd be like, who says it's mine? Why am I looking after you? None of them want to look after her. She will literally perish. This is why in most of the world today, still today, virginity is so coveted, and throughout all of history it's been so coveted, because that's the only way to ensure paternity. She's a virgin, I know that's my baby. She ain't a virgin, prove it's mine. Outside of this modern science bullshit, shaitan, the devil we have here in the West, in most of the world today, without virginity, or at least a low body count, or at least anti-promiscuity, you can't tell that that's your baby. So it's a completely different thing. You're looking at the idea of a woman being pregnant and coming to a group of men and saying, one of you has to take care of me and put up with me when I'm fat and moody and annoying and I need my bills paid. And all the men are going to sit there and go, no, fuck no, prove it's mine. You can't prove it, bounce. Where it's different. If I get 4 women pregnant, we know the deal.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So obviously back then for survival, women needed a man. Otherwise, when they were pregnant, could die and all of these things, they would perish. In today's society, given evolution, given the fact that as women we can go and get, Yeah, but I'm not saying that. Isn't there a glitch between what is actually happening and the nature of what we have in our bodies? I think that's probably the conflict that we're having right now.
Glitch in what way?
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense, perhaps
that's
like
right.
naturally.
It's very interesting. Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft, but it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, one, and two, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm an independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. You just named your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on men. And the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing. Then all that crap vanishes. It's garbage. And this is the very interesting thing. I'll make a point here, which is going to get me canceled again, but I don't give a fuck. But this is the point. Feminism in and of itself can't be defended. The point of an idea is that it can be defended by the people who believe in it. This has been the whole point of war since the dawn of time. It doesn't matter if it was the Christians against the Hindus. It doesn't matter if it was the Germans against the French. There were people who had ideas and ideologies, and they were prepared to fight each other to defend their ideology. Feminism is an ideology which cannot be defended by feminists. The only people who could defend feminism are the men who subscribe to the garbage. If all the feminists were to get in a line and say, we want feminism, and the conservative men were to get in a line, you would learn very quickly it's bullshit. I had a friend in Afghanistan when Taliban kicked America out, and he told me the Americans were telling the girls they could go to school. So they built all these girls' schools, and they put the Afghanistani Defense Forces there, and they funded the Afghanistan Defense Forces to protect these schools. You had American satellites, you had night vision goggles. Taliban were afraid to attack. America leaves. Now you have Afghani Defense Forces. They're basically blind. They don't have satellites anymore. Don't have night vision, whatever. So now it's a real war. The men are standing next to this girls' school. The Taliban are coming. You're some dude. You're standing there, and you're looking at this girls' school going, I don't really give a fuck if girls go to school. Bounce. And you didn't fight. So that's why they all gave up and Taliban took over so quickly. And when I said this, the girls like, yeah, they should have fought for us, feminism. Why don't the women fight?
Can I ask?
Oh, wait, the women can't defend their own fucking idea. You need men to defend feminism. So that's why the whole thing is stupid. Because the second men don't defend it, it just fails as a fucking ideology. It's garbage.
May I tell you something now? So this is the thing. This is when we assume that women perhaps don't have the physical or even mental ability to go to a war. Wait. Because this is the thing. For example, in Ukraine, a lot of women took up arms. And in fact, I'm Angolan. I'm Angolan. Wait, I'm Angolan. And
don't lie
listen,
to the people at home.
Wait, don't worry. I'll talk about my personal story.
Go to war? You want to fight the front lines?
Let me tell you something. This is the thing. I think it's also really silly to assume that, for example, a woman, because she didn't go to school, she'll not be as intelligent as a man. Therefore, naturally, a woman is not intelligent. No, it doesn't make sense. If we're now starting to normalize equality and we want to put everybody in the forefront, give a woman a gun.
Who's normalizing equality?
Well, that's what people are wanting. Then that's
people
the case.
Like who?
Let me tell you, Auntie.
Who wants to normalize equality? People like who? Feminists. Who else wants to?
Well, actually, no equality. I want respect. That's really all I want.
What's stopping you from getting respect?
Exactly.
No, I get respect.
I get respect. I get respect.
So,
that's what I want. That's what I like.
Respect.
What I think is...
You don't even know what you want.
I'll tell you what I
want. You don't know what you want. You want equality.
As a woman, I carry myself differently. I actually hold the things that I have done in the fights that I fought. I hold it. That's why when you speak to me, I don't move different. I move different to many of the girls. That's why when you talk to me and you argue with me, I don't take it. You do sometimes. And I'll tell you something. A lot of women may have the accolades to be somebody, but they are uncomfortable to own that. And the reason why, then I would like to ask you, for example, I do need a man, for example, to, procreate. But other than that, I'm quite strong. And I would find a way to protect myself differently. With that mentality, what would be the man that would be for me then?
Denava, what would you do if one of these security guards broke into your door?
What would I do? Okay, I'll tell you.
What would you do? What would you do? No, seriously, there's no guns here.
She's a feminist.
I'll tell you. No, I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist. I'm a bit smarter.
Okay,
Either I'd play dead. One. Yeah.
Okay, they see you're not dead.
It's okay.
They
no,
see
I'd
you
be like
breathing.
this. And then if not, maybe I would kind of be very gentle and comply to find a way to get out of it.
So
if they want to come and kill me, there's not much that many people can do.
But let's make an important point. You're talking about equality equaling respect. The way you get respect as a woman is by being feminine. There's nothing, we can be equal and very, very different. I'm not saying that there's not equality, but you've confused equality with the same. You can be equal with
Equity.
completely different things. You can have a bishop and a knight on a chessboard. They're equal in terms of points, but they do different things, right? A woman can have equal respect to a man if she is very good at being a woman, and a man gets respect by being very good at being a man. When a woman decides she wants to act like a man, or a man wants to act like a woman, that's where all gets fucked up. We try and pretend it's all the same. It's not the same. Men and women are good at different things. We have different strengths, different weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I'm a woman, I'm good at X, he's a man, he's good at Y. Then we work together as a team, we have a beautiful family, we're happy forever. It's only confused where you have women who sit and go, no, because in the name of equality, we can fight in war. There's no fucking women on the front line in Ukraine. That is psyop bullshit. They put some chick there dancing around doing Pokemon dances to try and convince men to go fucking die in a ditch. It's garbage. If you go to the front line of Ukraine right now, you do not see women in their makeup and their manicures. You see fucking men in the freezing cold dying. You know where the women are? Dubai. Chilling. That's where the women are. So to sit and pretend that women are just as capable physically as men is a fucking lie. It's delusion. To say that you're as strong as men is delusion. You are good at other things. You're better than men at a lot of things, but it's not the physical world.
Women don't respect men with no hose. Bro, look a girl in the eyes and you fuck her, tell her you're gonna cheat on her. She loves it. Bro, man, they don't respect a man. They don't respect a man with no hose.
She goes on it. She was like, "Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You don't got no hose. I don't want that nigga anyway.
You know,
no hose, no me.
No woman wants.
She like no hose, no me.
No woman wants the man that no other woman wants. So
that is true.
So women try this idea of, well, I want a man that I know all the women want, but then he doesn't want them back. And that ain't real, right? So the guys, that ain't real. So what I'm saying is what Will Smith did is he put himself in the position where he had no power and he got abused. And my point is this. When I said that the idea of being with one woman forever is going to be torturous, I'm not even talking about the fact that I don't get sexual variety. I'm talking about the fact that I cannot see myself 5 years down the line being in a position of power within my own life and household. I want a position of power. If someone breaks, bro, if I'm walking down the street with my chick and someone pulls a weapon and I have to fucking deal with him and I end up getting a fucking manslaughter charge, for example, I don't want her fucking, she's gonna jump on a new dick and I'm gonna sell. No, I need to have a position of power and control, and I need to know she's loyal to me for life. That's what I want. That's what I enjoy. Women impose all the time. I'll tell you another thing women do to impose.
How?
You know the number one thing women do that men don't identify? You know when bitches are starting arguments with you for no reason? Do you know why they do that? Wow. Have you ever seen a miserable, unhappy motherfucker get laid? I'm asking you because they're like, oh, you're going out. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Like now you're in a bad mood.
Yeah,
you're at the club. Like, oh, you know, I'm a bit tired, and this bitch pissed me off. You ain't getting pussy that way. You get happy dudes get pussy because you're in part of the game, right? You're having fun. So they'll detract you from your life. They have a lot of strategies they'll do to make sure you don't get no pussy.
You think women are fucking just bogging down on dudes?
100%. They're trying to fucking get the claws in. Why wouldn't they? That's their biological imperative. I need this man to survive if I get pregnant, or I'm literally going to die in the street. No other man's going to accept me. I need him. I can't have him running around the club talking to a bunch of other sexy girls. I need to piss his ass off, ruin his time, text him, distract him, be in his house so he can't bring the bitches back. They'll try anything. That's their biological imperative.
Horrible.
I think if you were to honestly sit most men down, and they were honest and they weren't worried about what society would think of them, right? Let's say it was a double-blind trial. They could tick a box and they'd say, look, traditional family life, one woman for the rest of your life. You stay at home. You're home every day at 5 o'clock. You play with the kids. You're a good husband, da-da-da. Or 10 sons, 10 baby mamas. You see them all when you want. You're you're cordial with the women. You get along with them. You get to see your children when you decide. The rest of the time, you're a free agent. You do what the fuck you want. You're fucking young pussy. I think a lot of men would be ticking that baby mama box. You wouldn't believe it. I think nearly most men. I think most men who are truly honest with themselves go, look, I get more kids. I want more, I get more of them. I get more love in my life because one oven's slow, right?
It's a joke.
What's the problem with Pornhub?
Well, I don't want to get into a side career I used to run. I don't want to go down that path. But the problem with Pornhub, I'm not one of them anti-porn dudes. I know like conservatives are, whatever. I don't really care. But like everything in life, if it's consuming your mind and consuming your thoughts, then you have an issue. And this is the world we live in now. There's a whole bunch of these crypto dudes, especially, who came and attract a female with all their money. Isn't that crazy? They have all the money in the world.
I think it was you that said something interesting. I can't remember who it was, but someone said it doesn't matter how much money a man has because women still fall in love with men that are broke.
Completely. No, and also, you know what the biggest thing about money with girls is? Because people have this idea that money is going to help you get girls. Let me explain how money and girls works.
Tell us.
I'll tell you.
And I'll let you know if you're right.
I'm right, baby.
Let's go.
Women love spontaneity. That's the first thing. Money facilitates. Women love fun. Money facilitates. Women love a man who's respected. Money facilitates. So money can help with certain of the things that women find attractive. it's very rare, unless she's a hooker or a gold digger, that women are very, very interested in the actual number of how much money you have or spend. But what women don't want is you lacking the ability to be spontaneous, or lacking the ability to be respected because you're broke, or to feel like she has FOMO, she's missing out on doing certain things. She can't go certain places that her friends go because you're broke. She doesn't want that, right? So it's not the money in and of itself that attracts her. It's the certain options that it gives you as a man that she can find more attractive. I think that's the biggest thing about it. But here's the thing about money most people don't understand, is that for the most beautiful women on earth, the reason they don't really respect your money is every guy they talk to has money. You're never going to go on a date with a broke dude. So every single place you go, you don't pay. So do you actually care how much money that guy really has or how much the dinner really was? Not really, it was just dinner. So the point is that money is not enough to get a beautiful woman. It's enough to qualify you to try. Because she ain't going to go with a broke dude. And she's going to go with one of 10 dudes she can go with, and they all have enough money. Maybe more, one is more, one is less, but they all have enough money to give her the basic things she wants, bit dinner, bit fun, holiday, blah, blah, blah. So it just qualifies you to try. So if money is all you have and you have absolutely no other qualities, you're going to lose to the dude who has money and the other stuff. That's the game. Money is like having arms. Like a chick's not going to get with you just for having big arms. But if she's going to get with a dude, she probably wants her dude to have some arms. It's one of them. It's like, I'm going to get with you just for money, but I don't want to get with a broke guy. So like women don't really think about money that way. They're just like, well, every guy I go on a date with is rich. Right. And men lie, especially rich men. And there's a man with $1 million who'll say he has 10. Girl doesn't know. You know what I mean? Like it's very rare you get someone like me with so much quantifiable wealth. But like I have a fucking $6 million car, Bugatti, all this kind of thing. So with me, it's hard to lie, right? But there's a whole bunch of guys out here who can catch a 400 grand pump. They can convince a girl he's a multimillionaire for years.
I can confirm there's a caterer in the kitchen.
Yeah, I got a caterer.
That blew my mind.
Why? I gotta eat.
I walked in to go to the bathroom, and then there's this guy just cooking and all this beautiful fruit and.
Of course, I've got to eat. See, this is what I told you. I'm a man of God. I don't have a woman in my life. I gotta eat. I gotta hire a catering company. But no. But the point I'm making is that these dudes think if I get money, I'll get a chick. No, you won't, because you'll get money, and then the chick you're after is still gonna be dating athletes, superstars. All these dudes, they have money too, bro. You think your bored ape is gonna impress her? Dork.
There's a term which is you can do anything to a woman, but you can't bore her.
That's absolutely true.
So funny.
No, but it's true. And to get a little bit dark, it's true. I knew a girl in Luton who was in an abusive relationship, right? Her man was always hitting her, screaming at her. She was always crying, I want to leave him, blah, 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 blah. Problem was, when she finally left him, in fact, he got banged up for drugs, so he went to jail. She got some other guy, a nice guy, and she was a complete prick to this dude, and she was so unhappy. And the problem was, it's very, very hard to be interesting when your ex is a psycho. The new guy's boring. It's true. I can see in her eyes. I'd say you're going home and you're turning up 2 hours late, and he ain't even screaming, and you're bored, aren't you? Well, no. I was like, you missed the days of the fucking flying plates and shit. Because it's women are addicted to drama. You watch TV shows. Women watch serial killers documentaries to relax. Like, this is the reality of females. You want drama, you want excitement. It's not a bad thing. You watch the Kardashians, you don't want it smooth.
I don't watch any of that stuff. I'm just going to put that out there.
But as a generalization, of course Leia's different, I'm sorry. But
it's okay.
As a generalization, the point I'm making is that you're right. Sometimes women are attracted to very, very toxic men because toxic men are not boring. You're never bored with a nutcase. And then after a crazy guy, you try and get with a normal guy, and you end up being very, very bored. So you're right. You can do anything to a woman except bore her. A lot of these dudes are out here treating women like complete shit, but she's staying because she's not bored, and it's boring everywhere else in comparison. So it's certainly true as a paradigm. It's true. Girls just want to have fun. Cyndi Lauper.
There you go.
Nailed it.
You said something interesting as well. See, I clearly follow everything. I'm a fan. Like I respect the hustle fully.
High five.
Fully respect the hustle. May not agree and then want to live the same kind of lifestyle, but I respect it. You said something which was when you wake up in the morning, you don't ask yourself if you're happy.
Oh, completely not.
But what's funny about that was a lot of that kind of like masculine like self-help.
Yeah.
Is for men.
Yeah.
But as a woman, I find that really helpful. Because you said women just want to be happy. They just want to wake up and feel happy.
Yeah.
But you said no, wake up and just, what did you say? Wake up at.
Yeah. So
have I created something, or am I doing?
Yeah. So the basic premise is that the paradigm of happiness is completely misunderstood. I believe that because people always say to me, "Oh, well, you have all this money, Tate, but are you happy?" As if I'm going to be like,
And you don't
no. Like I guess what they're hoping I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Enjoy the bus. No, but the point is the whole paradigm of happiness is largely misunderstood. And we talk about happiness in society as if it's the most important metric, and I'd actually argue that it's not an important metric at all. And it's also really, truly amazing how what you define in your mind, the limits you set in your mind of what happy is and what happy isn't, becomes very, very true. It's beautiful how the world and the universe works. When you make powerful enemies, powerful things happen. I do not forget the wrongs that are committed against me. In fact, I do quite the opposite. I have a lot of time and a lot of money. I have a long list of the people who have wronged me. And in the end, God rewards those who are true to their hearts, like myself. Do not forget the wrongdoings, because they are done on purpose. The people in charge of the world care about you the same way that a farmer cares about its cattle. It wants you to give it milk. So it doesn't really want you to die. I mean, it wants milk, right? But they don't care about your sovereignty or your feelings or your thoughts. They just want you to quickly eat enough, give me the milk, stay over there in your cage. Oh, you're unhappy. Don't give a shit. Stay there in your cage. Oh, all right. You no more milk from you? Okay, die, please. Next. That's how they care about you. So when they're telling you things and teaching you things, is to keep you on the farm. Keep that in mind. As the problem reveals itself, I know that people realize that they are their own worst enemy. As such, they turn their hate outward. If this is not the perfect quote to make it clear why my haters dislike me. As the problem reveals itself, people realize that their own worst enemy. I am their problem because my mentality is telling them that they could have been anything they wanted to be. Everything I am are things I built myself. I became world champion kickboxer by myself. I became rich by myself. I became smart and brave by myself. I did all of this. Anybody could have been as fantastic as me if they worked as hard as I did and went through the same trauma and pain that I went through, but they were all cowards. So when I appear and they see me, it makes them feel inferior and upset and sad. And they turn their hate outwards when they realize that they're their own worst enemy. They have failed themselves, so they attack me. You must attack me because I have to be a bad person because I am better than them. So because I am better than them in every single possible human metric, their only answer is to then pretend that I am somehow bad. And that's why they lie. They turn their hate outwards. The people who hate me for the same reason a rabbit hates a fox. The fox is superior and can destroy them easily. So they feel instant hate. Not because I'm a bad person in any regard, but purely because I am their superior and they know it by every single human metric. Line up the women who defend me and the women who attack me. Who is more objectively successful and attractive? Line up the men who defend me, the men who attack me. I sit with Patrick Bet David. I sit with winners. I sit with the most successful people on the planet. And we have amazing conversations. We understand each other. And there's fat pedophiles who don't like me. That only tells me my mission is good. That only tells me I'm living true to God. That the demons of earth who molest children are not interested in trying to be my friend. They say I'm bad. They don't like me. Well, if the bad guys don't like me, I'm a good guy. That just shows I know exactly what I'm doing. They turn their hate outward because they have massively failed. They see me as their worst enemy because I am a reflection on who they could have been, and they have failed themselves.